Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population and with little or no meaningful engagement leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say. Nigeria is a rich country in cultural heritage and natural resources, and it's also faced with numerous challenges that impact its development and global reputation. The question of who are the real demarketers of Nigeria, whether politicians or youth, has sparked intense debate and discussion. This topic is complex, of course, and multifaceted, requiring a nuanced exploration of the roles and responsibilities of both politicians and the young people in shaping the nation's trajectory. Politicians, as leaders, are entrusted with governance and decision-making, while the youth, as a significant demography, possesses energy, creativity, and innovation, of course, to, just change the entire narrative. Both groups have the potential to contribute positively or negatively to Nigeria's progress. By analyzing the challenges and opportunities associated with both groups, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complexities that is involved and identify potential path forward for Nigeria's growth and prosperity. Very lengthy one, but it's another beautiful episode on your favorite primetime show, Ways. Tonight, my name remains Osayo Mesade. We're discussing, or we're asking, who are the real demarketers of Nigeria? Are they politicians or the Nigerian youth, right? That's the question for tonight's conversation. Remember, Ways is all about you. You are the wine way, so remember to just go on to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, like, share, invite your families and friends to join the conversation. When we open the phone lines, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. As always, let me allow you to ponder on my quote for the day. It says, Nigerian youth should question. Quote, attribute former governor, former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we'll delve into this conversation much later. But first, I'm off on a break. When I come back, I'll let you in on my news interest for the day. All right, so I'll start off with a story that we touched on yesterday. The young lady called Ejiro, I think she's broken her silence. I believe she went on on Instagram, right, late or early hours of the morning, right? She opens up on the things that have been happening, saying that she's fine. She has a new Instagram account, that other account, contrary to what was said about her being coerced to deactivate her account. It was actually, she had screenshots of some, issues that the account had, and her Facebook as well. And she was just trying hard to tell people that she was fine. I don't know if we'll have that video. If we do, let's just play a short clip. Okay, this is a lengthy write-up, but I think there's a video. Okay, so just let's listen in on the video.
Um, I am actually the age hero, the most talked about age hero online currently. The acclaimed missing lady, and I'm here to speak on, the alleged kidnapping, um, death, cajole, and all that people have been talking about. And first up, I'm alive and well. I was never kidnapped, cajoled, or hypnotized like some people said. I'm actually addressing this a bit late because first of Instagram disabled my account, so I've been off social media for a while, and I was just recently notified that there is a search for me, a manhunt where on NHS page saying I'm missing and all that, and accusing the innocent. I'm truly shocked, I'm surprised, and I just had to address it this evening. There is nothing wrong with me. I am not missing. My family I met, I spoke, my old line was actually on up until the 4th of, has been on up until the 4th of January this year. They could reach me whenever they could. I just distanced myself from them because I wanted to be alone, and it has to do with a lot of family issues. I don't want to even bring most of them here, and personal issues myself. So distancing myself from my family, I don't see it as a big deal. I actually went to meet them sometime in January, towards the end of January, because my brother was about, my brother and my younger sister were all over the place accusing people, looking for me. So I had to go meet them. I went to my younger sister's store in Abuja, and due to that confrontation, it led to several issues. Like, they harassed my friends. It was a lot of things. They now took it that we ended up in 3 police stations, and every police station we went to that day throughout the case that, first off, I am not a child. I'm an adult over 18 years old. I have the right to do whatever I want to do, so there is no case there. And I told them to back off, thinking that everything has ended. I changed my number. Yes, I just wanted a different, I just wanted to start my life all over again. And now I'm seeing several allegations about me.
Auntie Ejiro, this your story. It doesn't check out. So I've studied a little bit of, what's it called, psychology, um, human behavior, and, everything about your body language is just, red flags for me. Um, if there's truly not a problem, then you shouldn't have a problem speaking to your family, right? I don't know what the dynamics is within your family, but the brother that I listened to, there was a sense of sincerity that he genuinely cared about you. So if you truly want the matter to end, then you have to come out and you have to go and meet with your family. Not, and I mean, because the stories kept on, she kept on and on about how all the people that were doing disclaimers, so maybe like somebody like Joyce Awoshika and some of those people that were doing distancing themselves, that all those things are lied, they are still very much part of this prayer group, you know. Any prayer group that encourages you to isolate yourself from your family, change your numbers and all. What if, what if there's a business opportunity coming, right? I've been in that space where I didn't want to talk to anybody, right? But that did not give me the right to completely shut out my family. So I don't know what you are going to do, but I'm hoping you do the right thing. All parties should come together, speak with your family. These stories about, I mean, your account was deactivated, then Facebook, I mean, we know how social media works. It cannot be all accounts that will just be deactivated all at the same time. So let's not pretend like we're not smart, please. So whatever it is, it's your situation. But I want to tell you that if you are hypnotized as a person, right, you would not know that you are hypnotized. If you are being, what's it called? If you are doing a lot of things unconsciously, you would not know. You would think you are in your senses, but you are not in your senses, right? It's just like somebody that is heavy on drugs. Oh, you are a drug, you are a, what's it called? You abuse drugs. No, 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 I don't abuse drugs. But you can clearly see the signs. So I don't know. I just say that, please come out and, deal with the situation, whatever it is. I don't think your brother meant harm from his own video. I mean, just opposing that with your video. There's something off. C-Bex. Hey, God, I beg, oh. This is, what's it called? Yahoo Pro Max. So apparently, CBEX has resumed operations despite the SEC, right, the Security Exchange Commission's ban, saying and of course the 1.2 trillion EFCC probe that is ongoing. They have resumed operations. And guess what they say? You see the effrontery. See, the way nonsense goes on in this country, sometimes I just laugh. So they say if you have $1,000 in your bank account and below, you have to use $100 to activate so that you'll be able to withdraw your $1,000. And if you have $2,000 and above or something like that, you would have to activate your account with $200 to be able to withdraw your $2,000. So we're already complaining on 1.2 trillion. By the time they are done with this, it might probably double or triple this amount. I don't even know what to even say. But guess what? From the report, they say a lot of people have been activating and paying the set amount to be able to access their money. I leave it there. Nigerians, they cannot win with you people. My final story for the evening before I move on to the conversation for the day. May Day, NLC demands 65-year retirement age for civil servants. I don't know if this is... already, it says, let me start from the beginning. It says, while presenting some demands, NLC Ajero says it's imperative to extend the revised retirement age of 65 years or 40 years of service currently enjoyed by teachers, health professionals, and judges to all public servants. In 2023, Ajero told The Punch that the NLC would do anything within its powers to ensure that it dialogues with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the matter. Although teachers under the employment of the government at all levels are enjoying the implementation of the new retirement age, on act signed into law by the former President Muhammadu Buhari, central to their demands was a clear call for economic justice. They highlighted urgent need for salary adjustment and reflect current economic realities, insisting that workers cannot continue to bear the brunt of inflation, rising costs, and policy failures. They also criticized the existing payee tax system, questioning the government on what exactly is being taxed and demanding transparency in how these deductions are calculated. Generally, just, conversations around labor, conversations around remuneration, conversation around retirement. Labor, I don't know how relevant you guys are anymore. I don't know. I think the most relevant labor that we had, everybody will agree, was between Oshomole and Obasanjo, And he would just march like that without his khaki. And next thing, Aluta, Continua. But you see, this Ajero, I don't know who you are, man, because I don't think anything that you say or anything, literally, you are very ineffective. That's all I can say. I'll take a break. When I come back from that break, let's discuss demarketing Nigeria. Stay with me.
Life is made up of moments, some that fill us with joy, others that test our strength. Welcome to Heartlights. This is our space to explore the highs and lows of human connection, the love, the heartbreak, and resilience that shapes our life. From relationships to friendships, parenting to partnerships, and so much more. Every week, we share stories and conversations that define us. Navigating love, separations, the struggles of parenting, dealing with anxiety and managing the pressures and stress of life. Real conversations that bring us closer, helping us heal, grow, and connect. So join me Mondays through Fridays at 10 p.m. for Heartlines, the show where we'll connect hearts, have real conversations with real people, one story at a time.
Okay, so Nigeria rather stands at a critical juncture, grappling with challenges that impact its global image and internal stability. As the country navigates these turbulent waters, understanding the roles of politicians and youth in shaping its trajectory becomes very crucial. Let's just quickly watch this video, then I'll come back.
It's very difficult to see some of our leaders going around America, Europe, Canada, Australia, China, demarketing our country. When we're busy looking for investment to pull up the country, people are busy going to tell everybody in Nigeria that nothing is happening. Very sure. But how do we bring the people up? We must lift our Nigerians up. The policies of President Ahmed Tinubu is going to work, and it's working. But the problem is that it's not trickling down. It's the trickling down effect is what is after, and that is why we need continuous investment without stop. This is why we're all over everywhere to bring new investment back to Nigeria, so that people can see work, hunger will go, and things will work. I know it's all over the world, it's difficult, but let our leaders come together. We are one family. Tinubu is not the owner of this country. He's just our president, which he will go. Buhari is already in Daura, from Kaduna. Tinubu will one day, after 8 years or so, one day be in Lagos, and nobody calls his name. So let us stop demarketing our country. Let us as family come together and work on our economic policies. The essence of opposition is to do the correct things and tell us what is wrong, how we can better the life of the people we want to govern. If it's this way that opposition will be, it means they have nothing to offer Nigeria. We will not have anything from anybody. I'm not a frivolous man. I don't live in politics. I don't play politics. I bring new investments that Nigerian people can have jobs, and people of our country will be committed to it. So I prefer leaders who are speaking the truth to the world than try to malign the country. It's not the right thing to do. Can we change our hearts? Work for the betterment of Nigerian people. Whether you are anybody, let us work the betterment of Nigerian people. The betterment is what we need. Whether we are right.
So while Nigeria has made progress in some areas, some events have contributed to its reputation for instability, corruption, and insecurity. Although the country has a vibrant culture, strong diaspora influence, and economic potential that, of course, could reshape its global image in the future, Nigeria has experienced several historic events that have negatively impacted its global image. We only played Orji Uzor Kalu's, what's it called, video, just to serve as a reference point. Not really that he was accusing the young people of demarketing Nigeria. He was talking to his fellow politicians, all the leaders that go to probably speak at different events. But let me break down some key incidents that have happened in Nigeria, because it's important that when we talk about demarketing our country, we should see the broader picture. Let's not focus on political wars or every 4 years of politics. There's a historic what's it called, trail that has made Nigeria, you know, almost whatever it is today in the eye of the world. The Civil War, that's the Biafra War, 1967 to 1970. The brutal conflict between Nigerian government and the secessionist, right, state of Biafra led to mass starvation with images of malnourished children, the Biafra babies, shocking the world. An estimate of 1 to 3 million deaths happened at that war, mostly from starvation and disease that drew global condemnation. I remember somebody was giving me the historic, how Hausa started calling Igbo people Inyamiri, right? How they started calling them Inyamiri. I remember that story was the fact that, you know, when the Igbos came, they were saying Inyamiri, like, give me water, right? And because they couldn't understand what it was they were saying, that was how that name, Inyamiri, got stuck to the Igbo people. 1 to 3 million deaths, right? And from starvation and disease. And that grew, it drew global condemnation. That's even number one. Military dictatorship, human rights abuse, right? Between 1966 and 1999, Nigeria was ruled by a series of military dictators, the likes of Sani Abacha, known for execution, corruption, and repression. The execution of course, alleged the execution of Ken Saro-Wiwa, an environmental activist by Abacha's regime, sparked international outrage. And this led to Nigeria's suspension from the Commonwealth. Right? So I like that people want to associate and say, oh, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing well. But this is beyond President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The history of demarketing Nigeria, it don't take, not be today. So I don't want us to, when I hear things like this, it gives me an opportunity to quickly also add my voice. And that's why I also went deeper. Corruption scandals. Nigeria is frequently ranked amongst the most corrupt nation globally. The Dasuki Gates, the arms scandal that involved the diversion of $2.1 billion that was meant for fighting Boko Haram. So was that a politician going to go and speak somewhere? And these are stories that you can easily run. I didn't need to do too much to find them. Pandora paper in 2021 revealed offshore wealth hidden by Nigerian politicians. Boko Haram insurgency, 2009 till date. Since 2009 till date. Extremist groups, their violent campaign, including even the abduction of the Chibok girls. We talked about it, recently with our partners at Enough is Enough in 2014. That made global headlines. People were carrying placards that didn't have any roots to Nigeria. Free the Chibok girls. Was that a politician demarketing Nigeria? Over 300,000 deaths and millions displaced, with Nigeria criticized for weak military response, just from Boko Haram. Are we talking about the drug trafficking and advanced fee fraud? 419 scam. How they tell know what be in a hush puppy? How they tell link is it the Onwa brothers? Every time you see this thing, you will see Nigeria inside there. Nigeria became very notorious for internet fraud, Yahoo, and drug trafficking in the 1990s to 2000s. That Nigerian prince scam, I mean, a lot of women were just, oh my God, they fell. They thought they were in love. They met the Nigerian prince. And that became a global symbol of financial fraud. That was not politicians. Is it our religious and ethnic violence? Frequent clashes between Muslims and Christians that happens all the time. I witnessed it. There was a Jos riot, there was a Sharia conflict, Sharia war in Kaduna. That continuously painted Nigeria as unstable. Look at what is going on today in Jos and in some parts of Nigeria. Fulani herdsmen attack. It has led to thousands of deaths with accusations of government inaction. So I would like Dr. Orji Uzo Kalu, when you want to talk about this thing, please be very pragmatic. What is the grammar I want to use? Don't just wake up and think because you want to promote a particular government in power, you narrow your mind only to people going to go and talk about Nigeria. They don't need to talk about Nigeria. You just need to Google Nigeria. Is it electoral violence and political instability? Our elections often marred by violence and very, very, I don't even know how to put the rigging, brazen rigging. 2011, there was a post-election riot. Over 800 people were killed. The amulet of the 1993 election, that was won. Even the person that annulled the election agreed that he won the election. Yet, you people raised 60, how many billion? I can't remember how much now. For his book launch. Who is demarketing Nigeria, please? He agreed to have annulled a credible election. Instead of you people to do the right thing, you all gathered, politicians, in the room, praising him. It is not one person that is demarketing Nigeria. That singular act, it damaged Nigeria's democratic reputation. And yet, we're so quick to point finger. Me, I'm even wondering who he's referring to. I was trying to think, did Peter Obi go anywhere to go and talk recently or something? Because that's the only person that my mind is coming to. Or are we talking about economic mismanagement and poverty? Despite being Africa's largest, now listen, Africa's largest oil producers. Nigeria is one of the largest oil producers in the world. 70% of Nigerians, 70% live in poverty. You had your Senate president go on TV to talk about how poverty is a virtue. 70% of Nigerians live in poverty due to corruption and mismanagement. Frequent fuel shortages and, of course, a failing power sector reinforces this negative reputation. Not be us, they do all these things now. Your grid was collapsing and collapsing. Mark Zuckerberg visited Nigeria. He was having a conversation. Of course, we did what we could do, our normal style. So who is the marketing Nigeria? That thing made news. I was in an office and I saw it on national news, globally. NSAS protest and police brutality. Today I want to be calm because I don't have energy. Because me, I just want to help you to open your eyes. It's not because you want to say, oh, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing well. You will now come and say the one that is not true. It is not one person demarketing Nigeria. NSAS protest and police brutality in 2020. The violent suppression of youth protest against police brutality. Lekki Tollgate massacre. That led to global condemnation. We saw everything that happened. So, when you talk about demarketing Nigeria, there are a series of events that demarkets the country. Not one thing. And it's not one human being. The things we fail to do as leaders, as political leaders, the things we look away from. Senate president was accused of what? Sexual harassment. What was the ideal thing to do? Step aside and call for an honest, panel to probe the situation. No. Instead, it now followed with a lot of suspension, death threats, so many things. To the extent a governor was putting a curfew just because he didn't want somebody to go back to her hometown. So who is demarketing Nigeria? She left Nigeria to the shores of another country to go and cry for help. Because why? She felt unheard in her country. She felt that she was fighting a lost cause in her country. High-profile criminal cases abroad. So many cases. There was one, they call him the Nigerian drug lord in the UK. I've mentioned Hush Puppy before. His conviction. That further reinforces negative stereotypes about your country. So when you as a leader, you come out, right, come with facts. Don't just make statements that make it look like we're all stupid. Right? We have brains and we can do research. All of these things, you can just go on ChatGPT, you can go on what's it called, DeepSeek. You can go on all these AI platforms. It will generate even much more for you. When there were accusations of oil theft, how vessels were stolen, our crude oil was stolen in vessels. Biko, was it a politician demarketing Nigeria? I saw a recent video that surfaced, some Chinese people. What effrontery. They came to our country. Somewhat, the allegations were like maybe they were minors. You carried your police guys to even escort them, to go and extort your people. Do you know how people look at Nigeria? People look at Nigeria like the country that they can do things anyhow. They just feel like in this country there are no laws, so you can do it as you please. This is what continues to play out. I saw a recent video in Kogi State. Kogi, that they say they don't have airport. We saw an airstrip there. Beside it was something like a mining whatever. So as they are mining your resources, be it gold or whatever it is that they have, or limestone, they are putting it inside their plane and they are taking it out of your country. And you're watching it happen. And you're talking about demarketing your country. The federal government wakes up, changes policies, right? People that have invested their hard-earned money, all of a sudden, all their investment is swept under just by one policy. So people are afraid to come to your country to invest. And you say that it is one politician that is demarketing Nigeria? The reason we added youth to the topic today is because we as young people, they have accused us several times that we should stop talking about these things on social media. We are not putting our country in a good light. Unfortunately, Amechi said we should ask you people questions. And sadly, when we wake up to ask questions, it seems like we're demarketing the country. But that's the reality. That's the reality. So again, Dr. Orji Uzokalu, who truly are the demarketers of Nigeria? Because definitely, from all I have said so far, you can clearly tell where I'm going with this. But I've learned, because my mama called me very early in the morning yesterday, I beg, I no born too many. I've learned to be just calm. But we will all continue to speak truth to power. Not because you're trying to promote somebody's government or leadership, and you now say that, oh, we should stop demarketing Nigeria. Every action or inactions by politicians and their cronies continues to demarket your country. Let's go on a short break. When we come back from that break, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with me.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light from my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we'll analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
All right, thanks for staying tuned. Now, if you just tuned in, we're asking who are the real demarketers of Nigeria, politicians or our youth? Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Join me, or I beg you. The numbers to call 07025007749 or 07014242420. You can also send us SMS or WhatsApp to 08180384663. On our WhatsApp line, you can also send us an add me. So I'd like to see your video or see your face when we're talking, right? So it'd be nice to hear what you have to say. You see, politicians as leaders, they wield significant influence over policies and governance, right? Their decisions can either boost Nigeria's progress or hinder its growth, right? So everything that a politician does or refuses to do affects the entire outlook to how Nigeria is perceived, right? So I get it. We have to be patriotic. We have to say all the nice things about our country. I understand. But you see, we also must get to that point where we are able to look at ourselves in the face and tell ourselves the truth. Corruption and mismanagement of resources, has become something that, it's almost like we make a joke out of it. I did talk about yesterday, I think it was yesterday, where we're talking about how we moved from stories around thousands. We moved to millions. We moved to billions. Now we are hearing corruption cases in trillions. Where are we going with this? Right? Poor policy decisions and lack of accountability continues to disturb us in this country. It continues to demarket us in this country. Inefficient governance and bureaucratic red tapes continues to demarket us in this country. Failure to address pressing national concerns, our security challenges. How can somebody steal billions of dollars that was meant to fight security? Right? Security infrastructure. We have refused. The failure to address some of these national issues, right, demarkets our country. When we continue to serve our selfish interest over national development, it demarkets our country. Our president is president today. His slogan was a milokon. It is my turn. It was not about the people. It was not about the nation. It's the fact that I have worked hard and now it's my turn to become president. So what is your definition of demarketing Nigeria? What is your definition? On the part of the youth, right? Of course, and I totally agree that when we spread any form of misinformation or fake news on social media, we demarket Nigeria, right? So we have to be very responsible. I saw a video that was going around. In fact, that was the video that my mom called me on. This is the source of this video. Because she's already panicked. So when we continue to do that, and because we are in the age of technology, you can share this video, you think it is only Nigerians. It's not Nigerian. There are so many people globally also seeing that video. I believe we have a caller. Okay. Good evening. Daniel.
Hello?
Hi, Daniel. Thank you for calling. Good evening.
Hello?
Are you there? I can hear you. Go ahead, please. Okay, we lost him. We lost him. Apologies, you can try to call back. So on the part of the youth, right, spreading misinformation or fake news, you are demarketing your country. Engaging in destructive events, maybe. So it's a bit tricky, right? destructive events, protests, or violent activism, you're demarketing your country. But you see, this destructive protest, I put a question mark there because I've always said that real Nigerians that are protesting for change, they are never violent. So we need to go back, right? For destructive protests, we need to go back to question politicians because they are the ones that empower thugs to disrupt protests, right? Promotion of negative stereotypes and cultural misrepresentation. As young people, when you continue to do that, you are demarketing your country. When you refuse to engage, civic engagement, and you have apathy towards national issues, that you're not involved in the issues that concerns your nation, you are demarketing your country. Let me try another caller again. Good evening. Hello?
Good evening.
Go ahead, please.
Good evening.
I can hear you. Go ahead. Can they not hear me?
All right. I'm done.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, honestly, human being is created with the ambition to live. Then, when someone is not given that opportunity to live, he has to react. So I'm talking on the basis of the youth. The government should sit and help the youth because it is blood and water running through us. So when you are not providing for that child, you are not fighting for the interest of that child. It has to do something. It has to say that I'm living. It has to show that I'm living. He has to defend his right or her right in one way or the other. So the whole problem is coming from the leaders. I mean, the president should look into too many sectors.
Thank you.
The head of such sectors that the people whom we're supposed to look at as the marketers of the Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. All right, so in Kem Owo's music, where he said that he owns the National Stadium. Okay, I remember that on National Stadium, Nami get. That was 419 now. Idris Abdulkarim's song, Nigeria Jaga Jaga, it says so much demarketing all over. On the contrary, Burkina Faso is gradually becoming the pride of Africa because one man has decided to do right by his people, thereby marketing his country. All sits heavily on leadership that impacts his people positively with fairness and justice. Someone from YouTube, I think Jemeze Eriato says, may God bless you abundantly, my dear. Truth is hurting them. And finally, you guys should please leave your names when you drop these messages. The terrorist list sent to the government from Dubai, what happened to that list? The UAE must be aghast with our actions or inactions on the matter. Of course. I mean, so these are the things that actually demarcates your country, right? So you can't just wake up and say because a politician goes out to go and give a speech somewhere, you are demarketing. No. Let's think critically. Let's not be biased. Let's try as much as possible. I get it that you are working for someone and you have to make your principal look good. But that does not mean that you can now just put everything into a small box and say, this is the problem. No. Nigeria's problem is hydra-headed. It is multifaceted, right? For young people as well, the youth, when you continue to involve yourself in criminal activities and, and things around insecurity, kidnapping, and all of these things, and Yahoo, whatever it is that you're doing, all of those things are demarketing your country. And I hear that a lot of even the older guys too, they used to do all this drug peddling, they used to do all of these things before they now cleaned out their money. So you see the problem where we get for Nigeria plenty. It is not one person that has demarketed the country. It's a collective what's it called? Collective, what's the word I'm looking for now? Collective, let me take a caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
In fact, that subject matter alone, when you say who are the real marketers of Nigeria, without being told, the youth tends to be so-called useless now because of the leaders' inability to do the right thing. If they have been so disciplined upstairs, And there are rules. They are following rules and regulations in accordance to discipline. It will have so thereby affect the young ones. They will now behave because they know if they do anyhow, they will see anyhow, because there's a good sample from the leaders. Now, when we are now talking of like the other boy is singing Jakarta, if it not be Jakarta, can it be singing? If you place that thing on what do you call it now? Let people contest it. You will find out that 90% of Nigerians are for that song. Because if something like that has not happened, that boy will have no guts to start singing that. When it's not its day. Something is wrong upstairs. If upstairs can arrange themselves, let us see the discipline in them, follow the rule of law in accordance to how it should be. It will psychologically affect us from home, and the youth will behave because they know if they do anyhow, they will see anyhow. So the people demarketing mostly are from upstairs. Good evening.
Thank you so much. I didn't catch your name. All right, so yeah, I mean, this thing is not it's a no-brainer, you know, and this is not me attacking anything or you see, my job, at least since the beginning of this year, you have seen that my job is just come and say it, you know, break it down, have like somewhat like a holistic approach to every topic. I try not to put, you know, of course, I always get emotional with some topics, but this one in particular, right, I didn't need to do too much, right? If I use one of my AI tools, please just tell me historic events that have put Nigeria in a bad light globally. And all of these things just came out. So tell me, when you now start to shout and you say that one person went to give a speech, is demarketing your country, please, let's not do that. It's better you are quiet than you say certain kind of things that are false. So here's my little recommendation, right? Because as much as I can, for every time we bring up a topic, I'll try to bring some recommendations. We must strengthen governance, right? We must implement effective policies that ensures transparency and hold our leaders accountable. We hold ourselves accountable for our actions. We must strengthen governance. I said it yesterday, your legislative arm, your judicial arm, your, your corruption fighting arm, all of them must be strengthened. These days, I'm looking at EFCC with corner eye, where we've always known that they only work for the people that, they work for the person in power, but they are making it even obvious now. Like, you're not here to do anything. Just whatever the president says is what EFCC will do. It shouldn't be. So we must implement effective policies that ensures transparency and holds ourselves accountable for our actions. We must promote accountability, right? Establish independent oversight bodies to monitor government activities and prevent corruption. It's simple. If our judiciary is not independent, our legislative arm is not independent, EFCC, INEC, all those bodies that are very critical, if they are not independent, then we are going nowhere. For as long as those bodies can be influenced, you are the one demarketing your country. I hear there's a report about our president coming out tomorrow. We don't even know what it will be. But we know what had they built up, right, prior to the election and all the reports that came out. Let's stop having politicians that have questionable characters even make it to the ballot. They should just know that, no, my records are not clean. I beg, I don't do some small things. You know, I cheat for exam. I know if you go, I can't even come out. If not, they'll rat me out. Let's not normalize corruption in this country. Let's not normalize bad things in this country. Let's stop it. So we must promote accountability. We must invest in infrastructure. So prioritize development projects that benefits nations. Infrastructure, education, healthcare. See what Bauchi State government did yesterday. Hired new people, 168 people. From which money do you want to be paying them? Instead of you to be thinking about building infrastructures and trying to ensure that you rejig your economy and generate good internal revenue, you are over-bloating your system with hiring more people. Our roads, rail. Some people now, they are trying to do business. They cannot move from point A to point B. Why? Because the conditions of our roads, they are just horrible. I hear now if you want to travel up north, is like a nightmare. So what exactly are we doing in terms of our infrastructure? And let us not do infrastructure for the gram. We need real infrastructures in this country. We must also create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. I've said this thing several times. The more we are able to promote small businesses, the better our economy would be, because small businesses are the people that can mop up this high unemployment rate that we have. We can mop them out of the unemployment pool. But you must empower small businesses. Real empowerment, not textbook, not on paper. Employment opportunities must be generated. You must stimulate your economy. You must stimulate it for growth. So where are the loans that are specific to SMEs, that is not choking us? Single-digit loans, how easy can we access it? Things that would help to boost the economy. I want to expand my business. I shouldn't have to do too much. We must engage with citizens, regularly interact with the public, listen to their concerns, and incorporate their feedback into policy decisions. Your National Assembly, how well are you consulting people? What kind of feedback are you getting? Are you even listening to our concerns? Are you incorporating that feedback into whatever decisions that you're making in the House? These are real solutions. And if you truly want to stop demarketing Nigeria, these are the things you should focus on and not point a finger on any human being. For our young people, you must encourage the youth, right, to participate in democratic process. They have to vote, they have to be, leaders in political parties, they have to join political campaigns and all of that. But above all, when they do vote, let their vote count, for goodness sake. You promised us electronic transfer of results. Election day, what we saw, what God cannot do does not exist. What we saw was the complete opposite of what was promised. It is the case of what I ordered versus what I got. So the way you can encourage young people to continue to participate in this democratic process, they must see accountability. They must see transparency in the process. They must see that the person that I voted for, my vote actually counted. We must also develop critical thinking skills to discern accurate information from misinformation and promote fact-based discussions. So you can't just be sharing news anyhow. We must learn to start to intentionally fact-check. Encourage us to start to use our brains to think. So when I saw this video, I didn't just jump on the comment section to go and just be making noise. And no. I went back. I said, come on. Who are the real demarketers of Nigeria? Because this man is trying to accuse somebody. Is that the real problem? That's a deflection. Focus. Another way we can encourage young people is also support entrepreneurship, innovation. You must provide resources and mentorship to help young people start and grow businesses. From what you can see, Nigerians are very vibrant people. Nigerians can succeed. So what are you doing to tap into this very youthful population? What are you doing as a leader? Tomorrow you are saying that your people are joining Yahoo. They will do Yahoo. They will do hookup. Because you have not given them better alternatives. Constructive activism is good. So where you allow people to engage in peaceful and constructive activism, that will promote a very healthy, nation. Positive change, and it will hold our leaders accountable. Stop this thing that when people come out to protest, it is intimidation, tear gassing, and all of that. You are the one demarketing your country. Let people come out to protest. So when they come out like that, you should even come with your biro and paper and say, you know what, I have a few questions for you people because I want to have clarity as to what the problem is. and stop this fight back and forth. I remember the last protest that they were going to hold, not this last one, the one before the last one, the end hunger protest. So many governors just started coming out. So many people coming out. If you come out, so many threats here and there. Haba. We must promote constructive activism in this country, because that is what can bring positive change, and it can also hold leaders accountable. So you can't shut people up. So Dr. Oji Uzokalu, who is demarketing Nigeria? Right? Because the question of who are the real demarketers of Nigeria, whether it's politicians or the youth, highlights the complexities of governance, leadership, and societal dynamics in the country. Both politicians and youth, they play significant roles in shaping, of course, Nigeria's trajectory and their actions, right? And they can also contribute to national progress or hinder its development. Ultimately, right, the issue is not about assigning blame to one person or a group of people or others, but rather it's about recognizing, right, the interconnectedness of all our roles and responsibilities, a need for a collective responsibility. Let's all understand that we all play a part in this demarketing of Nigeria, including you that went to do video. Because the people that are watching the video, they can tell, they can punch holes in your argument. Is it that politicians are liars in Nigeria? They will give you names. Unfortunately. Because also you did not apply, critical thinking before putting up that video. Politicians, you must prioritize good governance. You must prioritize transparency. You must prioritize accountability. Young people, on the other hand, we must engage in constructive activism. Don't insult your leaders. Don't talk down on people. That's not who we are as a people. You must learn to promote positive narratives. You must also learn to contribute to nation-building, activities. So, by fostering a culture of collaboration, accountability, and shared responsibility, Nigeria can overcome its challenges, and it can also unlock its vast potential. The path forward requires a concerted effort from all stakeholders, be it politicians, youth, civil society, and the broader population, to work towards common goal of building a prosperous and a stable and a united and a blessed Nigeria. You see this work, now all of us get them. Now collabo. So that the use of Kalu, I'll come back to you again. Don't do that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population, and with little or no meaningful engagement, lives a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.